Anyway, welcome to Ain't Life Great video webcast. Today we're going to talk about, you guessed it, the Defender again. This is actually the third video I've done now on the 2020 Defender update. Well, what happened is back last March, PistonHead's YouTube channel actually videoed a long wheelbase Defender 110, we'll call it, over the Nurburgring. And a lot of people are wondering, why would you test your four-wheel drive on the ring? Like most in America, all I've ever done is played it on the Xbox, but it has a lot of curves, a lot of twists, ups, downs, elevation changes. It's a very great test of your vehicle's suspension. If they're tuning the suspension just to see how it reacts to different changes, I'm okay with the Nürburgring. If they're trying to beat track records, you know, save that for the Range Rover Sport, honestly. If you have to have a vehicle in the lineup to have really good Nürburgring track times, the Range Rover Sport, to me, seems the natural fit for that. We had a few of you on the YouTube channel say, what do you think about the Defender being filmed on the Nürburgring? You know? But I made a comment. I said, you know, if Land Rover had any guts, they would take this prototype and they would drive it down Main Street in Moab during the big Easter Jeep Safari weekend so that people could see it, photo it, and it would leak out that they're actually testing on really renowned rock crawling trails, right? And I thought that would go a long way for enthusiasts if they would just have that in Moab. And now I have to give credit to Land Rover. I was pretty harsh on them on my last video and kind of been harsh on them on the comments because what seemed to me a famous off-road vehicle name is now kind of going soft. But I've got to give Land Rover some credit here because at around the same time the Jeep released their Gladiator concepts for the Jeep Safari, and this is kind of a big deal for Jeep down there in Moab, we have the Defender, not only the Defender prototype, but the Defender test mule rolling down Main Street in Moab. And we had a fellow named Casey took these photos and he submitted them to the Fast Lane Car. And that article is up on their website now, and you ought to go take a look. Just because Land Rover is parading down Main Street in their prototype doesn't mean they've got this super off-roader that can handle these really difficult technical trails. Like most areas, Moab is filled with easy trails and extremely difficult trails. And we don't know yet which trail they tested them on. I mean, I think you've even got Honda pilots or other vehicle manufacturers always seem to get a photo of their SUV down in Moab. So we didn't really get to see him on the trail, but we got to see him parade through Main Street. Now that's saying something. And I got to give Land Rover some credit when I thought they had just gone totally soft. They're at least making a presence in Moab. And not only just making a presence in Moab, but they're making it during one of the big four-wheel drive events in the world. The fact that Rover is down there during this week time is actually pretty cool. And what I hope is that we actually get some video captures of the Defender on the trail. If they're smart and they have faith in their product, we would see the Defender on the trail maybe ahead of an official Jeep Safari run, say on Hell's Revenge or Fins and Things or 7 Mile Rim. And then you can get some video footage of this video leaked on the internet for publicity about, hey, you know what? This Defender does more than just puddles. It does more than just the Nürburgring. It actually can go out in the boonies and do what the old Defender was designed to do. And that would be really cool. And that's what I'm hoping for in these next few days. Let's take a look at these photos real quick and see what we can learn. Well, we really can't learn much of anything. It's looking like this short wheelbase here is running the same large rims that we've seen on the long wheelbase model. The prototype in the rear looks like it's running the same large rims. So they've got similar tires on, but why is that test mule there? Honestly, if you were driving it through here for some testing plus photo opportunities, I'd have a Discovery 5 SVX right behind that because it looks cool, it can handle the trails, and you get the publicity of the new Defender next to the Discovery 5 SVX. But they didn't. They shipped the test mule all the way out here, which is nowhere near what the final body is going to look like. But the running gear we've always assumed is going to be similar. So I'm wondering, you know, maybe they're doing some long-term testing. We saw it before in the winter. Now maybe they're trying it on the rocks and they want to see how the components hold up. Maybe they're running 2 different types of suspensions on each. They want to see how they compare on the rocks side by side. If you look at the prototype that has what we think will be the body, you'll notice that the gap in the wheel well is a little bit thicker than the test mule in the back. So it could be that the short wheelbase prototype is running a standard coil spring suspension, which we were rumored they were going to have. And the test mule in the back is most likely running the air suspension. As you can see, the gaps are a lot narrower there. That could be one reason. Now, maybe they're both running an air suspension. I'm hoping, and this is pure speculation, I'm hoping that one of these is equipped with a front and rear locker, and Land Rover is trying to see, you know what, maybe we should see if lock differentials are better than terrain response. And maybe, just maybe, the Defender will be able to have front and rear lockers included with it. Now, that would be absolutely awesome. It's a dream of mine. It's most likely not going to happen. I'm really happy that we're seeing the Defender now in the wild where it's supposed to be. And I'm really hoping this thing will fit 17 or 16-inch rims. And if we could get front and rear lockers on it, you know what, you might have a prayer. This might be a really good, well-rounded four-wheel drive machine, but we're just going to have to wait and see. And so there you have it. This is a short video, quick update. Land Rover Defender 90 on the ring in Moab. Hopefully I'll get some footage next week, and we'll see you back for more.